smash. Amplifying their physical damage is actually pretty valuable. So they have some things that they can maybe do, other than get first blood.
Hello? Question mark?
They smoked and they got kills. Clearly, they smoked last game. It didn't work out. This one did. Probably
Yeah,
Gush.
all right.
Let's see what skills they grabbed on Ocean, the Rubik and the Void. That could be a little bit impactful. Yeah, they had to grab Lift, so that's a big deal. And on Void Spirit too. Okay, he's fine. So his laning stage will be normal. But for Rubik, his laning stage is gonna be worse as a result of them getting that first blood. Who got the kill? Oh, it looks like it was Void Spirit, so it's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Good way to start it off. Again, opening with the Gush here. Monkeys. Nice flow coming out from MSS, but they have the lift, the drag right back over here onto SVG. Nice body blocking here. Ocean trying to get a couple more of these clicks off. Uses the Fairy Fire. He's still gonna fall though, as Gunner grabs up the bounty ring. Quinn grabs up the kill though, and MSS also manages to grab it. Husky just gonna have to orb away.
And then he's like, no, the bounty rune. It was gone. The tree
disaster. So both of the mids starting off with a kill underneath their belts, although one did get murdered early. Okay, there it is. Yep, you're right. There's a smoke, a lift, a toss back, some body blocks.
And the last hit. Well done. Thank you for the instant replay. Very valuable there. All right, Sammy boy, can you lane against the Necrophos? Snake will be very good against him.
A lot of harass here in this bottom lane coming out over on the monkey. And I love this. It's SVG. It's literally just SVG putting out this harass by himself. They're having difficulties dealing with it so far.
Most of it is just because they don't have Fade Bolt. That getting that first blood in that way for Ocean is honestly so catastrophic. And that's why Quincy is fighting so much, because they can. All Ocean is doing is right-clicking back, and against somebody like a Nature's Prophet, oh, they block him in.
They block Monkeys. Just waits patiently to get murdered. And that is the big hero here for the side of Zoomers. It typically is, if Monkeys has a good laning phase, he's able to become very powerful. And they end up struggling, having to deal with him in this mid game. But they've already put that pressure down on him, realizing that he's an issue.
Only one last hit so far for him is tough. But once he hits 2, it'll be a lot better. Taiga does pick, or sorry, Ocean, excuse me, does pick up 2 at least. So he'll be in a better place.
Always throws me off too.
Yeah.
Slow on Sammy boy. Got Death Pulse. We'll just chew up through his mana. No mana left at this point. A little bit of body blocks coming out from Husky, but Earth Spirit should be absolutely fine. And Lilith with the impressive 100% win rate.
He can't lose.
I mean, he can, and he can ruin that win rate. And then we'll get the kill on SVG, that bottom.
It's amazing how much damage you do to a support like that when you lower his armor by 4, but some good kills. A little Observer Ward down to help spot runes and also prevent or protect him against rotations from the Earth Spirit. So I like that ward. Very unlikely that gets dewarded. 13 last hits for Lelis on the Necrophos so far. He's having a great laning stage. And while his laning stage didn't look like his laning matchup might have some issues against Snake, for example, I think it's going to be fine based on how it's been going already. He's got more last hits. Usually if Necrophos has a good laning stage, he's going to be able to outzone his opponent. Medusa will be generally fine though, because Snake is going to not steal, but gain her back a lot of mana from the Necrophos, so she might be able to trade okay actually. But I don't really see them killing the Necrophos is the issue. Puck isn't like the best at fighting to the death. It's more of like wait until they're out of position and then jump in and punish them. But against 2 tanky heroes between Necro and Earth Spirit, I don't know if they'll ever kill them first, or at least lower them enough to make that a thing.
I think it just really depends on if they start to rotate heroes out of the lane and if Lelis gets a little too sure of himself. But Lelis isn't one of those players generally. I find that he tends to not necessarily play conservative, but he's very measured about his risks. So unlike, you know, some of these other players that we see that, you know, they'll really push their limits, they'll get very aggressive. Leo style comes to mind for sure on that, and sometimes some of the cores too, with the way that they'll just stop and start farming camps randomly. I feel like you said, it'll be very unlikely. I think it could happen, but most likely not.
Blocks the large camp there, making sure that they can't do a side pull. Boots are up on Necrophos too, so him trading hits with Husky is pretty tough for Husky here.
SVG gets murdered by Gunner. Looks like he was trying to contest on that rune spot. A lot of damage coming out from the two of these, and the slow as well. Sammy Boy just taking down. Turn around, and the combined efforts of Husky and Sammy do hit fairly hard, but
I think if they had like a more conventional carry rather than Medusa, like some like Spectre run at you melee hero, I think they'd feel a lot better against the Necro. Well, it's bad against Necro to play melees usually, but like they need somebody that can like gap close and push an advantage. Medusa doesn't do that very well against Necrophos, so it just feels like Puck is just gonna always lose this laning stage. I don't know. The lane's just been tough for them so far, and the Necrophos seems to be a decent solution so far in the top lane.
lift up the gush over onto SVG. You are joining in, but I don't think he's going to be able to save him. One more hit to do the trick, and maybe UR is going to be able to get the kill on Ocean though. Now looks like he does a slight turn away. They'll drop a ward, be able to get the kill, but Monkey still has vision on UR, and he's very tanky. Might actually just be able to click her down, but UR just hides right behind that tower, and they'll be able to secure themselves up those runes instead.
So that lane's going good at least. While they did have some struggles at level 1 with the telekinesis lift, now that they've got Fade Bolt, they're playing really well in this dual lane with the Tide Rubik. So everything looks okay down there. 1k gold advantage now for the Zoomers. SVG TP's in, put a defensive ward down to protect Quinn from getting ganked, which I'm slightly surprised about. Was Ember really that vulnerable in the mid lane against the ganks of the Zoomers? Not really until Puck 6, I feel like, so I'm a little surprised that they would commit so many wards there, but whatever works.
Whatever works indeed. I will say that this laning stage going much better for the side of the Zoomers than last time. It felt like a bit of a shutout last game that we saw, so I do enjoy a competitive game of Dota where it's not just a stomp.
Mm-hmm. It was still fun to watch that last game, though. It was cool to see Zoomers come back into it, in my opinion, winning that one team fight. It's like cool to see those like moments of greatness that give you hope for playing every game to the maximum. I'm gonna see a nice pull by Puck here, pulling north. That'll deny a lot of creeps from the Necro.
Ooh, SVG, there's so much damage. The Fable just bouncing around. Needs one more hit to do the trick, and there it is. Monkey taking a lot of tower damage, but UR doesn't want to have to deal with that.
And while it was such a good moment, Necro gets
all right, well, that's the rotation we talked about here. Gunner chasing after MSS. This should be a very dead Earth Spirit as they get a little bit of vision, and Sammy Boy will get the final hit. Although Quinn making his own rotation, looks like he's going to be able to get the kill on Sammy. Sammy's going to try to TP out. Can he do it fast enough? They just have too much damage. No, he is toast. Now Gunner forced to run away. Got the bubble on him, but there's so much damage as they chase after him. The zip forward. They need to get a little bit more, and there it is. Quinn gets a kill on Gunner.
Rough one there for Zoomers, but a great rotation from Ember, getting there in time to solidify all those big kills. And that was a lot of gold swing, actually. And now they've got all this stuff in the tower range. Ember's going to be able to clean up this creep wave as well while taking the large camp. Actually, this is going to be so good for Quinn. He's so happy there's a stack here. This is one of the powers of Ember's Spirit. Flame Guard is so good at clearing large masses of creeps.
How much gold do you think he got from that camp and that creep wave in the one go?
That's like probably like 450 gold or something like that. That's pretty high.
Very nice.
For one Flame Guard, it's excellent. He'll heal up and then he'll remnant back to mid lane. Yep, and now he's headed to the mid lane to push and resume as normal. So great moment there for Quinn that puts him as top net worth, and you know, just lucking into a DD rune. Nothing weird.
That's kind of luck.
Middle tower is under attack.
Poor Gunner is left wanting. It looks like they are going to try to make some moves, though, into the bottom lane, possibly get a gank off, and they have the vision on Lilith. Let's go for a steal for now. We'll get the Death Pulse. Pretty nice pickup. Be able to dish out some more damage and also heal up his teammates.
Any skills to steal that right now is excellent, but only a level 2 on the Death Pulse could be better. But they'll continue pressuring the safe lane. This is going to force Spectre basically at the top side of the map where it's more safe because they already took the tier 1 tower. Profit farming pretty aggressively too. Spots out some enemy heroes. Oh,
Not sure what his courier was carrying around with him.
That was weird. Canceled his orb really early. Man, I can't believe we're only 9 minutes into this game. I was like, man, Puck's not 6 yet. What's going on? I'm like, oh, this is normal. He's doing fine.
Quinn with the double damage. Does need to be careful though.
Great skill. Level 3 Flame Guard, heck yes.
Heck
Good damage.
yes.
That's like a super raindrop. Unfortunately, it doesn't stack with raindrops perfectly, but still going to be really good for giving him good damage potential or fighting in the next engagement. So they still completely control that off lane. Zoomers has that advantage. Quinn with his net worth is doing great in the mid lane. Gunnar seems to be focusing a lot on jungling right now. Really?
Duking it out. The roll forward, though, coming out from MSS. The Spirit Brothers ganging up on their eldest brother, I would say. Oh, that's very close. Almost managing to get the kill.
I'm very curious why Gunnar jumped forward aggressively like that when his opponent is a DD. Maybe he has more burst damage potential, but I feel like killing Quinn was very unlikely there. Maybe just trying to force him off a mistake.
There's the haunt. They want this kill on Ocean. There's the scythe, and that's a kill.
Yeah, played a little greedy because of the whole flame guard thing, but didn't give him quite as much survivability as he expected. Big ulti here. Any follow-up?
Coil gets used. Monkey's just gonna whack away. They do have the Ravage. They need a little bit more damage on him, though. And he's able to survive. He zips back in over onto the side. Monkey's now left alone here, trying to deal with all of this. And on the back lines, Husky goes down. Gunner's jumped in, though. Wants this kill on Quinn. Monkey's taken a lot of damage. Finally manages to get the kill. But now Gunner, he's left alone. He has no more steps left. Silence gets thrown out from MSS. They're just too greedy on this particular pickoff. So go right back onto the other side. The zip forward from Quinn. He's sitting so very low, and Gunner just can't find the kill. That was some nice plays.
I mean, it was just a cascade of mistakes as well from Zoomers. Most notably, well, we'll see if Sammy Boy can stay alive. Yeah, he'll be okay. Losing both Astral Steps to try to survive earlier with Gunnar was kind of catastrophic because when that fight happens, he only has one. But most importantly, they commit Ravage. They did all the stuns they could, and then unfortunately, Gunnar's Aether Remnant that he threw out was just a bit too short. And as a result, they didn't get that third stun in a row that would have guaranteed Quinn's death. When that missed, when that was too short, Quinn ends up staying alive, and they waste all these big abilities without getting any kills out of it. And they all die themselves as well. Here's the Ravage after the coil gets broken. Ravage comes here. Here comes the watch for the Astral Step. Comes in, shoots out, but it's not long enough. He gets the Illusion Rune off, and he ends up staying alive and getting 3 bottle charges off. And everybody else dies.
That was costly.
Really costly.
Like there was a little bit of a skirmish here in the bottom lane, but
just a Rubik died. No big deal.
Hey, that Rubik is somebody's son. It's a big deal to them, I'm sure.
Talking about the Grand Magus.
That is. Although, honestly, after playing Ag's Lab, I'm pretty sure he would just be like, yeah, I could have done better. Dream Cloud, man, I feel like we just saw this happen here, although we did have a Tidehunter instead. The root into place, the roll in, nice. Aether Remnant and those taunts over onto MSS. The time gets thrown out, the scythe thrown over onto Gunner. He's gonna get taken out. Stone Gaze comes in, but do they have enough damage is the question. I don't know about this. Ocean backing off. Like Husky trying to run away from Yawar. They just have so much. He'll be able to go take the kill onto Husky. Husky's gonna buy back again. Ocean trying his best to stay alive. Sammy Boy fighting for his life now. Needs to probably cling back to the tower. They'll get the kill onto Ocean. Now they're trying to go and grab up SBG. Yawar is just totally ignored on the backline. Still be able to take down the Prophet. They might even be able to take down Lelis, but Sammy Boy getting clicked away by Yawar, just being chased by the spooky ghost. And just like that, Husky's dead, Sammy's dead, and Yawar, he may be a ghost, but he's living, baby.
Quincy crew is playing so good here. Perfectly diving their opponents. Definitely helps that they didn't have Ravage at the start of that fight. Dream Coil was I'm very confused by them going on Quinn, frankly. I don't see how they kill him with Flame Guard. When he maxes out Flame Guard, he's able to increase his HP by like 300 effectively. And because he's a little bit ahead and he's got Wand and Wraith Band and all these extra levels, he's just really hard to kill. And they have some magic burst damage, but they don't have a lot of physical burst damage. And they're not really going to get it anytime soon. So, like, Dream Coiling Ember Spirit is confusing to me. If they have Dream Coil after that fight happens, they're in such a better position.
It just feels like it's not a full repeat of game number 1, but they shut down Gunner, and if you shut down Gunner, then Sammy just doesn't have enough space. Yeah. And there's only so much that, you know, the supports can do. Like you said, they're all magic based.
I mean,
and
Sammy's still farming. So well. Sammy's farming pretty well. Like, his net worth is not terrible. I feel like this game would be very different if Gunner had one mid lane, basically, and had a little bit of a gold advantage, because then their damage problems would be solved.
Oh, monkeys. Getting jumped on. They'll trio him up. Husky jumping in. Look at the damage of the gold. They'll pop the Ravage and the Dream Coil. But they don't have anything to go and snap it. Sammy Boy joining in the fight again. Now here, Husky looks like he's going to get slided down. They've got the Stone Gaze. He's going to try to slow them down just a little bit. Gunner jumping forward, wants this kill on MSS. We'll be able to find it. Quinn, though, sliding around. This is going to try to see if he can grab any more of these kills as Ocean also feels, but the side comes through. That's going to be a dead Ocean, as now Gunner and Sammy, they're trying to just stay alive, trying to put out enough damage, trying to regroup here with Monkeys. It's just so difficult right now, Sammy. They get the 8th Remnant off. Lella's just gonna be able to go heal right back up again. And Gunners need to be so careful here because he is sitting low. Sammy Boy, he's out of any sort of mana. They'll turn their attention now over onto Lella's. He doesn't have much mana either, but Quinn, he just keeps sliding around into these engagements as Yuar goes right back in again, starts chasing down Monkeys. This event has just been going on for so long. 8th Remnant thrown out. Sammy has just been literally sitting there throwing out everything that he can, but does this puck go in? The puck goes in, but they already respawned again. They jump right back in, get the kill on Monkeys finally. Sammy will be the next to fall. Husky sitting very, very low. There's the roll in over on the side as now Gunner tries to climb his way out. He's gonna survive a little bit longer, but his brother's there to give him a big ol' hug.
I mean, it's fun to watch these fights, but they are not going good for Zoomers. I think Medusa is showing to be weak at many points of this, but one thing she's doing so well is being in the front and always attacking. She is really hard to kill. Her snake is excellent in this match. If she's still mana drained with it, she'd be really valuable in these fights. But so far, she's just been pumping herself with mana to end up continue taking damage, which is fine. But the rest of their lineup is too far behind and in levels and gold for it to feel really, really good, because they keep getting kind of close to killing their opponents, but they're never quite strong enough. And this is like one of the issues when you pair a puck support, is that you need to combo it with a lot of damage. You've got the lockdown, but now you need the damage, and they've had struggles with that. It's like one of those cases where having like both a Tide and a Medusa might feel a little bit too weak. They've got all this team fight, but they don't have that much single target damage. Imagine if that was like a Centaur or something. Then they puck ulti and you throw 900 magic damage on somebody.
All right, Dream Coil gets dropped here. Gonna be able to root him into place. It doesn't seem like Quinn cares too much, though. He is on the run now from Gunner. They get the lift up. He's got that double damage. Are they gonna be able to finally find this kill on him? Like he's gonna get saved here by Lella's Monkeys. He's a tanky boy, but they've got so much that they're dishing out. There's a scythe on the back lines. He'll be able to take down Husky. Everyone's sitting very low here, but it doesn't matter. They go right back in, over onto Ocean. Monkey to fall. And now Yuar popping those drums. He wants to get some damage over here onto Sammy Boy. He's going for a pretty deep dive right now. This seems a little ridiculous. Yuar, excuse me, sir. You still have lots of buildings up. But on the back lines, he'll be able to take down Gunner.
Man, Zoomers were so close to winning all of these fights, but they were like a good 6 feet away from winning the fights. You know, it's like you could see how close they were, but they just didn't quite have enough.
Oh no, Sammy Boy MSS with the kick back. The roll looks like we'll have a little bit of mercy. Oh, the haunt you are. Oh, you are. Have mercy. The lift up again, toss back on SVG. It looks like they're not going to be able to follow it up though. So Husky thinks about it. Waning Rift off, throws out the silence. I just have to say, Quinn's playing this so well. Just dipping in and out with these slides. He'll go, drop the Dream Coil, and they'll go, use the Ghost Shroud as well. Husky will fall again as Monkeys runs away. Gunner tries to run away from Quinn here. We'll just go dodge past that Aether Remnant. Gunner, he's trying. He just doesn't have any Aether Remnants up, and the slide comes out. Quinn is on a monster kill.
Let us skirmish.
Ooh, man. This has just been like a train wreck for the last like 7 minutes. They are getting some kills, but it's consistently against support. Zoomers are misusing their abilities. I can't help but feel like they're a little tilted or something, because I just feel like they're not playing up to their normal game output so far.
I mean, Yuar has literally just been hunting Sammy Boy the entire time. Like, he dove past him into the base. He used his haunt just to get that kill. They gotta be tilted. I can't imagine they're not. Like, look at this. They've got vision on Sammy. They're thinking about it. Quinn getting in position. They have their own ward, though. So, can't just back away.
Sammy Boy going for S and Y just to get some mobility. Status resistance is kind of nice, but it's going to be a bit till he gets a damage item. And it just feels really hard for them to do anything on the Zoomer side. When you have these like heavy team fight lineups, you're great at forcing fights, but again, the component they're missing is damage. And it's going to take time till Medusa is ready to do DPS. Like, Snake is there. Maybe she goes Snake cooldown talent or something like that just to increase her damage a bit, but now that's much later, actually. That's the 20 talent. So We're not going to see
Yeah.
damage too soon here for the Zoomer
Radiant's
side.
top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They have not lost a single building on the
Radiant
side of
are
Quincy
scanning.
crew at 19 minutes.
Yep, they're all up. Haven't got a chance to they've been fighting so often that it's hard to cross the map. And the Necrophos offlane, it laned well, and then it got to the mid game, and now it's got Mech and Greaves actually. So he's really hard to kill, and he can keep all of his teammates alive too. Having a Mech
Yeah,
is
he
a great
saved
way to
Quinn.
offset teamfight advantage. Sorry?
He saved Quinn in that
Yeah.
like
He did. He
2-minute long
absolutely
fight over in the mid lane because he was just sitting so low. Oh, all right, they'll be able to get a pick off here. Grabbing up MSS. Quinn sliding on through.
Dire's bottom
Hey,
tower is under
they got a
attack.
freebie.
They did. Gotta be happy about that. Haystream picked up on the puck.
Radiant's middle
Quinn?
tower is under
Quinn?
attack.
Quinn?
Dire's
Okay,
bottom
never mind.
tower is under
I
attack.
felt like
I
they
really
were
thought there was
trying
going
to
to be a
move
fight there too.
Yeah.
I saw like 8 remnants being thrown towards the rune.
Is that his third double damage rune at this point?
Possibly. I mean, it's been a lot of runes spawned here. It's a little bit DD favored, and it's a really good DD game for Ember Spirit. And he's a
I mean,
little bit
it
ahead with
always
Deso.
is good.
That's true. DD's, there's not a lot of mid heroes that DD's not good on, but
Yeah. Maybe Zeus.
that's true.
Not super great on him, but you know.
Trying to get a Veil
Alright.
on Puck to increase their damage a bit. Almost an Orchid on Void Spirit. All these items will help. But Quinn is so far ahead. He's already got Yules and Deso, so Orchid's not going to stop him. That's for sure. Oh, I can understand her a lot better when I see the words while she's saying them.
Also, isn't this like the alternate voice pack though too? They have like
Is it? No, those are voice lines.
oh, those are just voice lines.
Those are like
Okay,
his.
yeah.
And voice lines have text, right? So this is like the one case where it's like actually really helpful because their voice is really hard
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
to get otherwise.
I mean, it's helpful for the players that are deaf too, but you know.
True.
Roshan has fallen.
All right, there it is. There's the Roche taken. Ymar has the Aegis. And I'm sure they're ready to go find themselves a fight. Maybe a Husky? Husky's pretty hard to get
Dire's
hands on though.
top
Do
tower
we?
is under attack.
No. All right, Zoomers, what are you gonna do?
They gotta let their opponents fight into them in a bad time, and then use their superior team fight items to
Dire's
take a
top
win.
tower is under
They gotta
attack.
buy time until Sammy Boy gets a damage item. He's queuing up Butterfly. It's a great choice.
Dire's
It'll
top
make him
tower
evasive
has
against
fallen.
right clicks. He'll still take a lot of damage from potentially like Necro, but it's hard to know when to Reaper Scythe a do so when she's got Mana Shield. But once he gets Butterfly, his right clicks will be so much that it's gonna start to get a little hairy for Quincy crew, for everybody that isn't like Spectre basically. So they've got some ground. They've also got the Orchid on Gunner, so killing supports is going to be doable. The supports probably have defensive items right now, so it won't be easy, but see if they go on the win right here. Probably not.
They use the haunt. They've got the vision. I mean, look how fast Rubik just gets obliterated here. The MSS jumps in. He's got so much magnetite damage. Gunner's just going to tick down to it. Scythe comes in over on Tide. Easy peasy. You were tanky, but it doesn't matter. You are just tossing out, and there's the chase on Sammy Boy right behind his towers. The buybacks are going to come out, though. They want to punish us. The kick back. Got the silence over here on the Medusa. MSS taking a lot. Quinn waiting patiently, looking for this opening. Looks like the Ravage is going to get used, and they'll be able to find the kill. And did they go just maybe a little bit too hard here? Not looking good for Sammy. He is just getting ticked down. UR still has that Aegis. Quinn, though, going to be tethered up. 3 of them over here. He's going to try to juke around monkeys, trying to get a kill, trying to do anything, but he's just not able to. They don't have the damage. They took down Sammy Boy already. All the buybacks coming out. This might be do or die time. We'll try to keep Quinn alive. The Revenant coming in. They'll be able to take down the Ember Spirit finally. You are, though. He's doing so much damage to get the kill over onto Husky. Sammy Boy's throwing out all of these hits, but it's just not enough. More buybacks coming out. Husky joining in. Lelis trying to just push the rest of his team, keep them alive. It's gonna be the Aegis, the roll in over onto Yuar, and he's a big tanky boy. He'll go right back in again. Lelis being patient. Gonna have to go use the Astral Dagger and run away. There's gonna be the Rolling Boulder in from Ocean. Doesn't manage to connect. It's just a lot of marbles rolling across this map right now. A little bit of a marble race. And it looks like MSS is going to fall here. Are they going to get anything else, though, is the question. Don't think
He's
they
gonna catch him
will,
eventually.
But they'll try. It's one heck of a road. They'll go, they'll use some dust. And this is a dead nature's prophet, but it takes some time. He tries to outplay them with the trees.
Okay, Zoomers wins the fight, but that was a lot of buybacks. I'm pretty sure that was their whole team buying back in this
pretty
engagement.
sure too.
We take a look at the buyback tab. That was at least like 3 or 4, I think. Buybacks. Buyback tab. Press U. Buybacks. Please, observer. The buybacks.
There we go. There we go. All right.
Everybody except for Void Spirit bought back. Right. That's a lot. Almost mech on Tide at least. I do like the fast Vlads that he bought. I think it was really good with the Dusa, but
Well,
looks bad.
Gunner with the Astral Step is going to be able to survive, it looks like. There's down the Aether Remnant, but Quinn hot on his heels. He'll just sit back out, and it's not great for UR here. He's fairly tanky. They'll go use the Dream Coil, actually, so Lelis coming to his rescue here, as is SVD. They say, get your filthy paws off of our Spectre.
Yeah, a little too hard to kill him, but they back him up nicely. Lots of magic resistance there.
And Sammy Boy have. All right, he's got the light completed now. Quinn and UR, though, jumping right in after Monkeys. They've got him silenced up. Aether Remnant gets dropped. And that's a dead Monkeys, and they're still going. You are looking for maybe a little bit more. Don't have the creeps, though. Know that there's no Tide Hunter for 60-something seconds, though, because he already bought back. And look at the way that they're playing. They're so aggressive. They know that they can't afford to be out of position here.
Dude, Spectre has 13 kills. What?
There's the big boy.
His stats are
Very
actually
active.
insane.
The roll in. Gonna be the lift, and the Remnant. Stone Gaze comes out. They'll walk away, except for, of course, poor Earth Spirit, who has been left high and dry. Unless will die again, but there's no monolith. Look at that. He tried to eat all those mangoes up. Sammy Boy was trying to just chug some fruit there, and he can't seem to do it. Husky falls. Ocean gets chased down, and it's gonna be Quincy Crew that goes up into the grand finals.
All right. No, I don't know if it's grand finals. Is it?
I believe it is.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. All right, my bad. Okay. Good for Quincy Crew.